Most guys are really only 6 to 9 months away from losing 50 pounds of body weight, which is a crazy amount of weight to lose. I know because I've done it now twice in my life, and I've helped a handful of guys do it too. And in this 7-part video series, I'm gonna show you a step-by-step template that you can use to lose 50 pounds of body weight and keep it off for good while avoiding common mistakes that lead to slow or no progress and frustrating weight regain. So let's jump straight into this super simple step-by-step guide, all explained in plain English so you can lose weight no matter where you are at. In this first step, I want you to just start tracking your progress. Because if you're not tracking your progress, you don't know whether or not what you're doing is working. So I want you to start stepping on the scale every single morning. If you aren't tracking your body weight, how can you know if you're getting closer to losing 50 pounds of body weight? Imagine you want to save up $100,000 so you can buy a nightclub and you never look at your bank account. How can you know if you're moving in the right direction with your savings goal if you don't know whether or not you're saving any money? Similarly, with weight loss, you want to know if you're losing weight. That psychological affirmation that what you're doing is working is a huge motivator and will continue to drive your progress and feed this positive feedback loop and give you momentum to keep doing the things you're doing. Similarly, if it's not working, you're not losing any weight, you want to know about that early. And stepping on the scale regularly can be an early detection system that basically tells you that what you're doing isn't working, so you don't end up wasting 3 or 6 months on some plan that isn't giving you the results that you want. A lot of people will say, I don't care about stepping on the scale. I don't care about how much I weigh. I just want to know that I'm looking and feeling good in clothes. I want to know that when I take my clothes off and we're having sexy time with the lights on, I'm looking good. Patrick Bateman style, looking in the mirror. And I get that. I totally get that. You just go by how your clothes fit and feel and you want to just look and feel good. All that stuff is fantastic, but that's all what I would call lag variables. How big your belly is and those big changes where people are like, holy shit, you've made all kinds of progress. Those things take time. That doesn't happen overnight, and it's so gradual that it's really hard to bank all your progress and really hard to gauge whether or not you're moving in the right direction on those really big things that take a lot of time. A lead variable, on the other hand, like your body weight, tells you day to day and week to week whether or not you're moving in the right direction. So it gives us quicker feedback loops that we can use to make better decisions. 5 tips here for using the scale more effectively on your weight loss journey. First thing, I want you to step on the scale first thing every morning after using the bathroom, no food, no water, in minimal clothing. Why do I recommend that? Because we want to be measuring apples to apples and oranges to oranges. I don't want you to one day wake up and have a big breakfast and then put a big sweater on, some track pants and step on the scale. And then the next day, you go and do a workout in the morning, fasted, no food, you go in the sauna for an hour and sweat it out. There's some old dude there with his balls hanging out of his shorts. And then you come home and you step on the scale and you're like 20 pounds down. You're like, great, I'm losing weight. When in reality, it's just different conditions. So you want to standardize the conditions under which you use the scale. Same thing every day. First thing in the morning, no food, no water, no clothing is best. You need to track this body weight somewhere. You'll never be able to keep track of all this in your head. I swear, even if you're a Rain Man, there is no frickin' way that you can keep valuable information like this all stored neatly in your head with decimal points and everything like that. It pays to put it somewhere, especially in a place that allows you to look at it visually and see how trends are forming and see how things are moving in the right direction. You have 2 options for this. Either one, visit marrastrength.com and grab my free calorie tracker and body weight tracker that will help you chart this all out. It's an Excel spreadsheet. It's totally free. You can download it. There's also a full guide that outlines these 7 steps to losing 50 pounds and a really helpful blog with a lot of awesome stuff. That's option 1. Option number 2 is you can use a software, an application called MacroFactor. You can even use my last name, code Marra, M-A-R-R-A, to get a free extended 2-week free trial, and you can track your body weight in there. It'll give you all kinds of valuable data about your body weight and what kind of trends are forming. In fact, if you start right now with MacroFactor and go through the rest of this video series, you're gonna have an awesome time. Tip number 3, weigh in at least 2 days per week. You don't have to weigh in every single day. If you miss a day, it's not a big deal. However, your body weight is gonna fluctuate from day to day, week to week. You're gonna have these random little fluctuations. Even if you do everything absolutely perfectly, your body's a biological system. It's not just a binary input-output machine. And so by weighing more frequently, we can avoid demotivating ourselves or running into false data. Maybe on Monday I weigh in, I'm 150 pounds. And the next Monday I weigh in and I'm 155 pounds. Even though the rest of my weigh-ins were trending in the right direction, if I have one little weight pop next week, that's gonna totally throw me off. So weighing in more frequently, 2 days a week, or more frequently on non-consecutive days, is a really good way to just reduce that noise and give us cleaner data. I prefer every day, but at least 2 days a week is great. Tip number 4, do not worry about those individual weigh-ins. And if you're tracking things in my Excel sheet or if you're tracking them in MacroFactor, great. because now you're gonna be able to see trends forming. No individual weigh-in, however much you weigh on any given day randomly on this earth, does not really matter in terms of your body composition. But if we can see a trend forming over weeks and months where you're losing weight gradually, oh God, that's a really good sign that you're moving in the right direction. And same thing on the other side of things. If your body weight's not moving for weeks and months, God, it'd be hard pressed to believe that you're losing any meaningful amount of fat, because a hypocaloric diet or a calorie deficit that causes you to lose weight over time is your most powerful tool, bar none, when it comes to losing fat. Set a weight goal for yourself. This is tip number 5, and get excited about it. If you want to lose 50 pounds, fucking write down how much weight that's gonna be, get excited about it, allow yourself to be inspired, allow yourself to be excited and motivated, and start taking action on this stuff. In the next video, I'm gonna show you exactly what you should do in the first 2 weeks of this process with your food so that you can set yourself up for success down the road with losing this weight and keeping it off for good. My name is Matteo Marra. I'm here for MarraStrength.com. If you have any questions about this stuff, feel free to leave it in the comments section below. Otherwise, I will see you in part 2 of this video series. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.